Well, hello there. I have had quite a few clients lately with the same type of issues, and they've been asking a lot of questions in regards to how do they quiet their mind. They've tried meditation. They have such a hard time with it, and I think a lot of times the reason is you're told just to do something and you don't understand why. Unfortunately, in our world nowadays, people need to know why, when really deep down inside we should learn to just do things without questioning all the time. But I'm hoping that something like this will help. So anyways, if you take a look at the mirror behind me, you can clearly see the picture in the background with the caribou or the elk. And you can clearly, when you look in the mirror for yourself, you can see every aspect of who you are. You can see every line in your forehead or every eyelash and every facial expression you make. So that's a representation of what your being is like, what your energy field around you, called your aura in the east, or the electromagnetic field in the west, which is just tiny electrons popping in and out of existence, which cause a beautiful lights around you and colors. So anyway, so this is that clarity. So Source has no problem sending you something you need to do, something you need to be, something you need to experience. Has no problem sending you that information and you knowing, I need to go here, or I need to do this, or whatever that experience may be. So just an example, let's say that you're this clear and Source or the universe, whatever you want to call it God, you can call it Bob, whatever it is you want to call it, sends you the information to go to the hardware store. It's clear, it's concise, there's nothing else cluttering that information. So if at that moment you're, say, out of a job, for example, say you've lost your job and you've been panicked at the pass and you're freaking out and you're running out of money. If you trust the universe and you clear it, clear the mind, clear everything out, clear the energy field around you, you'll hear go to the hardware store. And then at the hardware store you might bump into someone who gives you their card, who says, you know what, man, I know somebody that's hiring. Or that tends to be how things work when it comes to the universe. But we have to be clear, because this information of go to the hardware store, if I filled up this entire mirror and wrote on it, kids have hockey, and wrote dinner time, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, worry, 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 worry. If I filled this entire mirror with all of these other thoughts, how do you know which one? Let's see, go to the grocery store, just so that you've got some other actions that could be similar to go to the hardware store, need cat food. So if I filled up this entire mirror with thoughts, which is, really most of humanity nowadays, this mirror is beyond full. I mean, it's so full that you can only see fragments of the self. If I looked in the mirror and it was completely full, you can't see the picture in the background real clearly. If I just continue to fill this and fill this and fill this and fill this with thoughts, you wouldn't know, because they're happening at hyper speed, you wouldn't know which one Source is trying to send you. You wouldn't know which one the universe is trying to help you to go and get that new job, or get that job because you had lost your job. So our universe is a labyrinth. And, if we really take a look at our lives, it's a labyrinth. So every day we're being sent information such as go to the hardware store. And if you're listening to the one that says go to the grocery store, you're taking the wrong door. You're taking the wrong path in the labyrinth. You're going to end up at a dead end, and it's going to lead you nowhere. And then what does that do? It adds more worry, anxiety, depression, whatever other emotions, because you didn't listen. You were too busy thinking, trying to figure things out. And the best figure-outer in this, this plan is the universe. It will lead you to the exact right place if you learn how to clear out that monkey mind and just allow the universe to send you the information. So, a lot of the problem, or a lot of the things that are going on nowadays, is if we take a look, people's minds are getting busier and busier and busier. And so they're laying at nighttime with insomnia. They can't sleep because their mind's too busy thinking about whether it's work tomorrow or things that need to get done. And then what does that do? That creates an even busier mind. And why is that? Because we're afraid we're going to forget something. Okay, I thought about it all night and now I'm really tired, so I might forget something, and that causes more anxiety. And it becomes like a feedback loop. The more that you think, the more you have to think. So this is the ego. It creates this information. It tells you, you got to think more, you got to think more. The more you think, the more you're actually going to get, what it is that you're looking for. And the truth is you're not. You have to subtract thought. You have to remove thought in order to have clarity of mind. And when you do, in the morning, if you completely void of thoughts, now most people that takes years to do, but if you were completely void of thoughts, and let's say your actions, you had some things you needed to do, trust me, the brain is cyclical. So in the morning, even though at 10 o'clock at night you thought feed cat, and you were worried because you had no cat food, if you had no cat food whatsoever, if you constantly think, oh my god, my cat has no food, oh my god, I'm going to worry about this all night, I'm going to think about it all night so that I remember in the morning. The truth is, you're going to have more of a possibility of forgetting about it than if you actually clear out the mind. In the morning, the brain, the subconscious mind is cyclical, so it goes around in a circle. So then the clearer you become, this clears out, and then in the morning it feeds you, or maybe sometime at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon when you're, out and about, or 5 o'clock on your way home, get cat food. And you didn't have to overthink it. You didn't constantly have to run it through your mind, because you will get set that information. It's already stored deep in your subconscious mind, so you actually do not have to worry or think about anything. The people say, well, if I completely clear out my mind, then, I'm not going to remember things. Yes, actually, you will remember them better. Because the checklist that you have, or the things that you need to get done in this lifetime, or, the next day, or whenever, it's like on a chalkboard. But again, if you have 8,000 billion items on your chalkboard instead of 8, you're going to tend to forget a bunch, because your brain can't hold on to all that information, especially in short-term memory, as where if it's holding on to 8 items, and that's it, and that there's clarity of mind, it's going to remember all those 8 items. That will turn it into long-term memory. And that cycle, like I said, of the brain, the cyclical part of the brain, will come back around and give you the information. So this is really why it's so important to clear out the mind. Because anybody who's having problems, anybody who's having rough experiences in life, anybody who's not sleeping, anybody who has anxiety, depression, these are all overthinking. You clear that out, go into go into meditation, and that will change your entire life, because you'll get the information that you need. You'll know the door to take in the labyrinth to get to the next place that you need to go. You'll know the door in the labyrinth to take to get to the next place in order to get the job that you need, or to find the person that you're looking for, or to find the thing that you're looking for. So, clear out that mind. Sit down every day and do, 5 minutes of meditation. You start with 2 minutes of meditation. Start with 30 seconds. You know, and every day the ego will try to tell you, this is boring, this is boring, you know, you don't want to do this, you know, you're not achieving anything. Actually, you are. You're achieving more than if you're actually sitting there and overthinking things. And I know that sounds really backwards, but that's the game of life. This is a game. The life that we are experiencing is a game, and it's, can you figure it out? It's like Monopoly. It's like the game of life. It's like, you know, you think of any board game, it's like that. It's trying to figure out how to win. And the only way to do that is, like I said, to clear out the cobwebs so the universe can give you the proper information. Clear that monkey mind so that you always understand what your intuition and what your soul is really trying to tell you. So anyways, that's just a little bit for now. We'll do more and more every time. Have a great day, and I'm off to meditate.